can't. I just can't. I can't. It's the weekend and I'm already just a little while away from having to go back to the same job that I've been praying for God knows how long to be able to leave. And I've been applying and I've been looking, but I'm not finding nothing. I can't do this anymore. This is not the life I chose. It's not the life, this is not, I mean, I chose it, but it's not the life I prayed for. It's not the life I wanted. Like, why me? Why does everyone else get a chance to be in a better position? I know I'm a good person. I promise you, if you've ever met me, you know I'm a good person. I don't do nobody wrong. I do anything to help people that I can. Like the Bible says, you reap what you sow. I've sowed so many positive seeds. I've been a great person in the world. Why don't I, like where is the turnaround for me? Where's the turning point for me? Why am I so stuck? Why can't I find what I'm looking for? I just want to have enough to take care of me and those that I love and to just have an enjoyable life.
Stop listening to your friends. Go to trade school. If you are a man, I hope you a man, right? Or you want to be a man, right? We're not talking about that alpha shit, that beta shit, no. I gotta bleep out what I said because YouTube act how they act. But you want to be on course to becoming a man, right? Go to trade school. Trade school is necessary. So, you know me being on YouTube for how long? Go back through my old videos. Because most of y'all probably, if you probably seen this video, it's probably old as hell. But if you're trying to figure out where I came from, you gotta go way back. To the point where you saw me develop on YouTube. You guys seen it with your own eyes. If you've been watching my day ones watch, you know. Anybody else, you'll see the difference in my videos. Trade school is worth it. And this is exactly how I'm standing here explaining to you guys we talking about the topic, trade school. That's what we talking about, right? That's what I'm doing, right? That's my trade, right? So let me talk about it. Trade school is important. So for me being in my 30s, and there's a few more years left before I'm 40, it is what it is. I'm happy. I like that my 30s better than my 20s. And I'm going to explain it in a second, even though I keep on drifting off. Trying to do the mechanic thing coming in the 20s sucked their ass for me. And a lot of things going to suck ass for you. Job placement is just going to be forever horrible throughout, like, not forever, but in terms of when you're in your 20s, it might feel like a long time. It's going to take a long time. You trying to sharpen up a knife that ain't getting goddamn pointer than it already is pointer. What I'm trying to say also is that you got like a lot of responsibilities in your 20s. You guys are adults. So somebody in their 20s and somebody in the 30s is damn near the same difference to a certain degree. Just that some people in their 30s may be just getting how life's supposed to work at a later age. But people in their 20s just like playing games. Try to tell people, and it's possible to get ahead of the game if you do it early. Me in my 20s, I played no games. All I did was work. Anybody know me, period. Work. I might have had some fun. I might have did some things, but period, mostly work. I stayed in the shop. I got so many shop hours, it's not even crazy. So part of me being in the shop for that many hours, I'm developing myself. I'm learning. I wanted to trade. I decided what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a mechanic, and I stuck it out. It's always in the beginning when you initiating something, that process, you might have that motivation, but then it could be immediately, it could be weeks after, it could be months after, or a year. At some point, you will lose your motivation. It happens. You gotta like find that spark that gave it, that drove you to wanted to do it in the first place. Start the initiation process. Once you learn to develop, or you could reposition yourself, reinitiate yourself after you lose drive, that gotta come within. You can't expect nobody else to build up to redrive you back on course again. No, this is your journey, your destiny, your career. Do it. It's important. For me, because first shop job was 19, been to tech school, whatever, worked in dealerships, and I learned a lot. I've been in mom and pop shops, independent shops, worked in the warehouse, probably thought it was a chop shop. I wouldn't even know. They was rushing to something. I worked all over the place. I'm not gonna sit there and ramble about where I worked at, but I've been places. Because I've been places, I was able to see things. Now, if I stayed in the one spot, I mean, I still would be sharp, but I'd like to take my talent in other places. And two, I always chase the money. If I knew I can get an extra dollar or two, you get what I'm going? I worked my way from, remember, making less than 20 an hour. My first flat rate job was like 14. Then 2 months later, they bumped me to 15. Then after that, it was a slow pace trying to climb from 15 to 20 flat rate, right? Then from 20 to 25. Then from 25 to 30. Then from 35 to 40. The most I probably hourly on a job that I got paid for hourly that I had, I think it was like 40 or 45. And that was like an annoying overnight job that I didn't like. I only had like 4 months of me of that. It was done. I couldn't do it. And after that, I couldn't even sleep right for a year because my patterns just way off. Still to this day, I gotta sleep every once in a while, but sometimes I gotta sleep with like white noise or something like that on like the YouTube app or like my Google Music app, or I might play like the washer and dryer sound or the airplane engine sound or the train sound. Something gotta give me a lullaby to go to sleep or whatever. That's just how it is, because I worked overnight. And I will work in the sense of, let's say I come in there 8 p.m., 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. I might not leave out of there if the work is prolonging 6 a.m., 7 a.m. and the longest probably like 10 a.m. Being out there watching while everybody sleep, I'm watching it be dark and I'm watching the sunrise again. Yes, it's beautiful to see, but at the end of the day, you working. Your body is draining. It's not good for your body. Your body's supposed to take a break. But when we chasing money, or at least when I'm chasing money, I tend to like block out certain things that I feel like that could like hinder my growth or whatever. Not saying rest is going to hinder your growth. You need the rest. But you put yourself in a mindset, or I need to bang out 2 full-time jobs. I need to work 16 hours a day. If you work 16 hours a day, you're only going to be left with 8 hours. Probably 5 or 6 out of that is going to be going to sleep. And the little bit of rest that you got, you don't have time to do nothing. When there's a short-term goal, and I believe from 20 to 30, that's short-term, and working years, that's a long time for you to work, yes. But at the end of the day, it's a short period that will go by and you won't even pay attention. If you're not paying attention, it will go by, you won't notice it. That's what I meant to say. It's all how you do with your time. For me, my 20s went by long because I was working. And it's like if you're not noticing time and it goes by fast, obviously you occupy. If you're trying to perfect something and you know you got a goal with something you want to attain, that might feel like it's longer to actually make happen. So that's how I felt like my 20s might have been quick, but at the same time, I felt like it was long. It made me stronger. Trade school helps you out, to switch the subject or at least the topic. Let's go down more in my mental notes. Trade school is going to help you later down the line when it becomes to the point where you're being more responsible. Either you got kids, roof over your head, whatever your situation is, you got responsibilities, you got to pay for shit. Making at below average pay, which is below average pay is the average pay. Nobody makes, it's not normal for people to make and what like the average or that minimum, like that threshold pay that gives you okay class of living. But majority, it's normal to see a lot of people below that class. That's just the way the economy is set up and people mental is set up. People don't want to go to school and people don't want to do nothing. This is literally up to them. You don't have to force nobody. When I decided to go to trade school, that was a personal decision. Me being in a shop, nobody coming to help me learning, leveling up by myself, classes I went to by myself. Anything I did level up wise to do this car stuff, I was mostly by myself, right? So you want to have a solo journey that's not going to include people. It's your dream. It's your job to make it work. when I had long jobs, I knew nobody wasn't going to fix this. I knew nobody wasn't going to help me to get it done. I knew it wasn't nobody else's responsibility but mine. This is my mission, my task. With countless times I've seen people out partying doing X, Y, and Z. Yeah, but I got work to do. I might have my fun at a different time than yours, but if for a second it might seem like you're having fun, but realistically, I'm working on a long-term goal. This is a vision that I saw ahead of time that people might not like saw in me or seen or whatever it is, how you want to go. I'm going to do like another take. To turn the conversation a little bit, and this is where I'm going to say that having a trade is important. A lot of my peers, people my age, and then I can see it, I damn near can smell it. I don't have to know about nobody's like financial situation or more so like work situation. If somebody tell me they work X, Y, and Z, I always take in effect like an account, like their age, what it is they do, or what it is they do outside of work. If I could calculate these things, then they'd be like, oh, this person's not that serious. They don't need money. But that's okay if people don't need money, because that makes more room for people like me to excel. It might be a little task doing it, but I'm going to get it done. It's a big ass task for somebody else that I might make it small. Get where I'm going with this. Some people on my peer, they ever hear that saying, being broke at 30 give a nigga the chills? So let's just say being broke in your 30s will give you the chills, period. Just imagine in your 40s. How can I say this, like, what I like trying to like, you need a goddamn trade. That's what you need. You don't want to be broke as shit in your 30s, let alone in your goddamn 40s, and then you're going to be 50s, and then you do. Everybody's situation is different. I understand that. But when you go into something, trading, and you starting something, this is something that you decided you wanted to do. You went to school, you signed those papers, you did X, Y, and Z. It's your journey. Stay on course. I had a lady told me this before, and it's like a friend of a friend, but I remember I was saying, I want to take a break from this car stuff. Sometimes it get overwhelming, it get annoying, mentally it drain me. She stay on course. No matter what you do, stay on course. And I had to think about that for a few years, like her saying that, and it's like, I knew what it meant, but I didn't know what it meant at the time. But now I know what she meant. Something that's said to be hard in the beginning, do not give up. The only thing that's making it hard is your level of concentration. Where's your attention going? Because if you're a girl, it's going to a boy that, not a man or whatever the case is, I don't know. You focus on another nigga, you already lost. If you a nigga, and same scenario, but different gender, you focus on a female, that female will mess things up for you. It's best to focus on completing the task, and then you go have your fun and do stuff, because financially it's just better in the long run. I'm not on food stamps. I pretty much fend for myself. I feed myself. I got a motto. If I don't eat, I don't eat. I'm not begging nobody to no food stamps. No, I'm not doing that. I'm a Blue Henry. Blue collar worker, higher earning, not rich yet. Because I'm a Blue Henry, there is no way in hell that I should food stamps or without food, without anything. There shall always be something work lined up, period. And this is why I say stick to a trade. Because the things you did back then will come back then is back end. Let's put those two together. Things you do in the back end will come back in the back end. Fuse them up together. Simple logic that I just made for y'all. I don't know where that probably didn't even make any sense. But it's what I'm expressing to you with my best of knowledge, my best capabilities of speaking. It's beneficial to follow your trade. I don't care, electrician, carpenter, plumber, whatever type of driving job you got, warehouse positions and all of that stuff. I don't care what type of blue collar job you got. A Blue Henry is a Blue Henry. You got the whole lane to excel. Only thing that's stopping or is in your way is you. Don't blame people. Don't blame nobody else, because you the one who made the decision to do this. You're going to be making more decisions by yourself to seek or to seek this out, to seek this the whole thing out where it's supposed to be. Now, I think I'm probably just going to end the video, because maybe I'll say this for another part. Now, y'all know I don't like to sit there, edit a video of me watching myself talk, but I'm giving out key pointers. I'm in my 30s. I'm telling people in their 20s, or if you're in high school and you're trying to figure it out, and you just so happen to see me a couple years after I made this, or whatever the case is, I don't know. Find something, stick to it. Know for sure that's what you want. Have expectation of losing interest, losing spark, losing drive. Once you grasp those things, you'll know how to reignite yourself and get yourself back in position. It's not simple, but the way I'm saying it is simple. Simple logic. Get it done. Trade school is important. It's going to come back in the back end. You want to raise a family. It's better to raise a family off of being plumber, construction, mechanic, barber. Whatever you pick, that's your decision. Blue collar is a blue collar. You get what I'm saying? You're a Henry. It's be very beneficial that you figure this shit out now. Even if you're a late bloomer, I don't know what happened late in your 30s or in your 40s or whatever the case is, then in your 50s, time is time. Everybody clock tick the same, basically, is what I'm saying. That. Don't even worry about time. Worry about what the hell you doing now that you can make something better in a year. Set a short-term goal that you can actually do. Damn, I want to go to tech school. I want to do this, or apprentice for plumbing, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to go for like a year and a half, 2 years. I'm going to figure it. Do it. Get it done. Because when you on the other side that people wish they would have did that you had did, you're going to be looking below them like, I don't know what advice to give you. I tried telling you. You saw me level up. You saw me go to school. How can I help you? What can I? That's going to be a them problem. Because they ain't got nothing to do with why you at where you at. You got something to do with why you at where you at. I'm Leekautorepair. Stick to your guns. Somebody tell you don't go to trade school, go to trade school. You want to go to, it's worth going to college to be some type of doctor, or I don't know, or business something or whatever. But if you know you hands on, let's go. Blue Henrys, let's get it.